Hi, my name is Rebecca. My husband Kim and I own Catering Solutions. We started our business 12 years ago, back in 2008, selling soups on Facebook. It was a super cold winter, so every day we made soup and gave it to our friends, and then friends of friends started hearing about it, and through the magic of Facebook, everyone found out and started asking for it, and we started selling it, and suddenly we were in business. A few months later, we started our first school, which is our core business. We do a healthy school lunch program for daycares, preschools, private schools, even a few up through 12th grade. The idea is that parents are busy, they don't have time to always pack a lunch. It's probably one of my least favorite things to do. So we started providing lunch service, usually 2 items a day, one main entree, one vegetarian. And then 10 years later, we now offer over 60 different items every day. We started with 1 school 10 years ago. Fast forward to now, and we serve over 50 schools, over 700 children a day in a 50-mile radius from our kitchen in Raritan. In the meantime, we also run corporate cafes. We do some corporate business. We're just a super busy catering company until March of this year. You know, that day, it was March 16th, I think we made the final decision that we needed to shut down. We pulled all of our drivers off the road. We contacted our schools. Some were already talking about closing, but we decided it just wasn't safe to have our drivers jeopardizing themselves going into schools every day. So we stopped service. And we just decided to stay home. You know, it sounded like this was going to be a 2-week thing. We wanted to assess the situation and see what was going to happen. After about a week of being home, we realized that this was not going to be a short-term situation. It was definitely a long-term, and our business was not going to be the same for a long time. And to survive, we realized that we just became essential employees because we provide food service. So that's what we did. We realized we had a cooler full of food left over from the schools that we hadn't used yet. So everyone was really busy providing meals for healthcare workers and reaching out to the hospitals, but something that was being overlooked was the homeless shelters. So we had lots of deli meats, lots of bread, lots of cheese, and we just started making sandwiches and using that all up to provide meals every day for a few different shelters in the area. When we were out of food, we reached out to our school customers, who a lot of them had credits left over from all the lunches that ended up being canceled for the month, and asked if they would like to donate back their credits to help feed the homeless, which amazing amounts of people did. So we were able to continue. We also put that on Facebook, and groups started fundraising and making donations so that we could continue buying food. We started a birthday box program for all the kids who were home that weren't getting to celebrate their birthdays, you know, out and about with their friends. So if it was their birthday, their parents could order a cake. We would make a small cake just for 4 people, you know, that's who was home, covered in sprinkles. I bought a helium tank and we put a balloon on it, and we would deliver it to the door just to bring a little bit of cheer during some really dark days. Then we started private shopping. People didn't want to go to the grocery store. We were already going to the grocery store, so we started offering that service. That didn't last long because the food supply was definitely changing, and we just couldn't find products anymore. So we reached out to some of our distributors and our suppliers and to find out what we could get. And we basically launched a meat, dairy, and produce grocery program on Facebook again, and to all of our school customers, and just started making produce baskets and fruit baskets, bulk meats that we would, you know, get 50 pounds of, and we would break it down into 1-pound portions so that was more manageable for families. And that is basically what we did all of April and the first half of May, just moving food out as quickly as we could. That a lot of people were surprised that we didn't require payment in advance. It's because we just couldn't. You know, we were just working with what we could. My friends helped me create a Google document so that we would have some way of figuring out who needed what. So we made a Google document that people could order from. We checked the orders every morning. We got our drivers back working. They didn't have to go inside of any place. You know, we kept our kitchen a little bubble. Drivers would come in, take the groceries, and just go out and start delivering, honestly, all over New Jersey. We were everywhere. And I did bills afterwards because it was more important to get the food to where it needed to be. And we just trusted that people would pay us. And I would say 99% did. So it really wasn't something we had to worry about. But it was a roller coaster of emotions every day. there were people that were sick, people that tested positive, that didn't know how they were going to get food because they couldn't go to the grocery store and they didn't know if anyone was going to be willing to bring them food. We did, we just would leave it outside, so it wasn't really a big concern of ours. So through the generosity of our friends and family, we were able to serve hundreds and hundreds of meals to shelters. A lot of groups, including some young girls that we know, did a fundraiser so that we could bring meals to a medical center. But we did hundreds and hundreds of meals, helped hundreds of people get groceries, and it was a great thing. So 2 months in, the restrictions eased again. Instacart got a lot of new shoppers, so people were able to get their food, and they were also starting to go out back into the grocery stores, and a lot of people are starting to get more comfortable. And there's still some people who aren't. We still have grocery order customers. I'm still doing personal shopping for a few families that just really want to stay home completely. But it wasn't enough anymore to sustain our business, so we had to evolve again. And we realized we have a restaurant. Our catering kitchen is an actual restaurant on the main street, which we just have never opened. So we created something called Lobster Alley. We figured a lot of people can't go on vacation right now. It's hard to get down to the beach in New Jersey because there's just limitations on how many people can be there. So we decided to have items that you would normally get when you're on vacation and when you're down at the beach, and have them right here at home so you can have your little staycation. Again, we went out to Facebook, and friends and family promoted us. We had a great friend, part of my tribe, who created a brand new website for us and helped us through all of that. And it was just shared everywhere. So that was 3 weeks ago. And so far, Lobster Alley has been a raging success. And that's definitely something that we're going to continue through the summer. And then we'll see what this next phase is going to bring for us. So we have a few schools that are opening up again, but everything's going to be very slow. So we'll stay busy with the lobster until the summer's over and then safe. But this, we hope to get back to what we do best. The Healthy School Lunch Program is what we do, and that's what we look forward to doing again. But this situation has definitely changed us forever, and it's definitely changed us for the best. And we've thoroughly enjoyed being able to be there for our community, and the support that our community and our friends and family have provided us has just been phenomenal. We couldn't have done it without them. So thank you very much for watching this, and we'll see where we go. Thanks.